All right, guys, welcome to the Shima Enigma AMA. You're here in the Haven. Just a quick reminder, nothing you hear on this recording is financial advice, and AMAs are a chance for us to ask questions. They are not endorsements. We have Roshi, and it looks like Goku's here. Goku, tell us about the project. Guys, take it away.
Hey,
All right,
and good
there's
afternoon,
Goku.
guys.
What's up, brother?
I apologize, my Telegram was lagging, and yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us. First of all, it's a pleasure, and yeah, let's get started.
Tell us about Shima Enigma, man.
All right, my name is Goku. I've been in the DeFi space for a couple of years, ever since Corona hit the space, COVID, and yeah, I wouldn't say that I have the most knowledge when it comes to DeFi and blockchain technology in general. More knowledgeable about business in real life, about entrepreneurship, and how to make money, and how to run a company, and how to run a project. That's where my experience is, I would say. Roshi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, so my name is Roshi. Partnered up with Goku on several projects back in the day. My background's in media and web design and more back end things, just kind of creative team kind of stuff. So that's my role in the project.
And then we have Stan, who's also part of the team. He's not here at the moment. Who has been been a founder of Robodoge, which went to 65 million last year. And then we have CryptoDutchy, who's also part of the core team that is handling marketing and networking. If you have any, I would be able to.
I'm sorry, Goku, you're breaking up a little bit, buddy.
I said that's my core team, and if you have any questions in regards of that, I would like to answer them.
Awesome. All right, tell us about the project.
So the project, it's Shima Enaga, and for those that don't know, we launched BitGrow, which was a degen just before Shima, and what we did is, I know there was a lot of hype going around the Grow projects, and so we were in my launch, and there was a few of my people saying, hey, this Grow and that Grow is doing well, and I think we should launch something. So I said, hey, I have a bullish name. If you guys want to run it as a community, I would be happy to do it. And that's how we came together. We launched BitGrow, which started with 1 BNB into liquidity and went to 200K without any marketing whatsoever. And it was beautiful. But the point and the most important thing here is that we managed to get a very solid community, a community that came together to put resources, efforts, help, and just being there for the community. And that's when we realized that, okay, this community has so much more potential than just starting as a degen and not even having the ability to market ourselves properly. So what we did is, after a week, we were stuck with no marketing funds and said, okay, listen, man, I spoke to Stan. I have this project in the file, and I think the community here deserves to be part of it and to be part of a migration that gives more potential to the project. So what we did is we migrated, and it was very little. It was 15 BNB into liquidity, and so on. But we didn't tell them anything, and just wanted to see who would support us until the end. And there was a lot of people that just didn't want to sell. They wanted to be part of the team and the community and to push the vision even more. So we migrated. But if you ask me about how Shima started, Shima, I always wanted a meme token, that has a meaning behind it. But at the same time, I did not want it to be a dog, neither did I want it to be a cat. And no offense to cats and dogs, I love them. It's just, I just genuinely believe those that have made it out of the cat/dog, season when hype started, those are the ones that created the trend and were able to be following with it. But now it's all about, can you create your own trend? Because we all know how how the market is functioning now, and it's a bit more educated. And I think everyone should try to focus on their own things. So I knew birds are the way to go. I lived in Southeast Asia for a couple of years, so I always wanted it to be kind of has a Asian culture / background on it. And so I did my research on Asian birds, went to looked at China, looked at Korea, looked at Vietnam, and Thailand. I didn't find anything in particular that attracted me. But then when I came across Japan, I looked at an article that said these small fluffy cotton ball birds that have made their way into the hearts of the people of Japan after their first appearance in Hokkaido, Japan. And I look at it, and it's round, it's cute, it's fluffy, it's the most adorable bird I've ever seen. And I look at the name Shima Enaga, which immediately reminds me of Shiba Inu. It's 2 words, it's similar, and said this is the one. Now we just gotta make sure that the logo is a bit pixelated, and from there we go.
I have to say, it's a very cute bird. All right. So how did you guys formally launch this coin? What were the starting phases? What did you guys raise? Where did you raise it? All the fun stuff.
All right. So we had 120 BNB private sale, and on top of that, we were supposed to have a fair launch. But then after a meeting with a big company, they suggested we shouldn't, proceed with a fair launch and really try to have it as a whitelisted pre-sale, which we went ahead with and did. And the soft cap was 250, hard cap was 500, and we reached hard cap. And it was more of a building phase because we're going to talk about the utility, but it was more about what are we building and how are we building it and with who, because our utility that we will talk about later on, the educational part, was really not about what could we offer now. It's about what can we do in the long run. And so there was a lot of meetings left and right, meetings, preparations, and just preparing daily until now. We've already launched, but still preparing on how we are going to move forward and what qualities are we going to bring on the table with the community and with the partnerships that we have.
Okay. And, tell us about the projects and the communities. Well, you know what? First off, let me just ask you this question. So Shima Enaga seems to be a more of an international name. Are you guys just focused on the English-speaking market, or do you guys have multiple international ones going on?
Oh, we already have multiple international groups going on. We have the Chinese community that's pretty active already. We have a Japanese one. We have a Vietnamese one. It's still growing. But right now, I would say the Chinese, and there is already a Chinese community behind the project. And there is already, English and the Chinese, they are the most active ones. We are implementing Arabic soon. But what we do here, we are making sure that we host them in an appropriate manner, because they got to be handled all right. And now that we are growing our community, it's even easier to do so.
Sounds good. What does the future hold? You guys were saying some partnerships were involved. Before you get to utility and all the other fun stuff, just the basics.
All right. So in terms of utility, we have Bitcoin rewards right now, which are collected as of 2% in the taxes in and out for buy and sell that are distributed to the holders. But as we all know, this is not a utility that is very, very fundamental, strong for the future, for the long run, because the contract got to sell to pay the people what it owes them, and so we are going to turn them off soon. Why we had them in first place is to prove a point and to start a journey of accumulating Bitcoin, and for people to really believe in the power of accumulation, that you can do it over the long run. It doesn't need to be a big chunk of money in the start, just little by little, and you want to have a skin in the game when it comes to the cryptocurrency that started it all. But are we going to take away the passive income when turning it off? Because our contract has a function, once the rewards are turned off, they will never be able to be turned on again. And there we go ahead with staking. It's only going to be a transition. And for those that know how rewards work and how effective they are, on the negative side on the chart for the long run, they would understand that staking is the more, the perfect solution for it. But those are only utilities that are, tied technically to the token or main utility here, which brings us together with all the partnerships and collaborations. Our main utility is education, and bring education into the table to this space throughout networking and partnerships. And for example, an instance, we have partnered up with PharmaDoge that has launched a year ago, and they were a project that was abandoned by a developer, got taken care of, and taken by a team that gathered resources, and over a period of 4 months managed to push it from 80K to over 150 million through hard work, determination. They have been out there for a year, still they've made the money, but still reinvesting it in development into the project. And we are going to be working together towards our mission, which is educating people, have the opportunity for new people that are coming to this space, to be able to learn something before implementing it themselves, because we know how hurt this space is already, and we know how many people are leaving it just after their first trade because they got the wrong impression about what DeFi is. And it's all about just, yes, of course, if we can improve people to be better human beings in general, that would do the majority of the job. But at least, give people the opportunity to make better decisions. We could never escape scams to the full capacity. What you can do is you can improve your decision making. You can improve your research on how to look up something before you get yourself involved into. So PharmaDoge is our official partner, and as the quest said, which is also an advisor for Shima Enaga, the CEO of PharmaDoge, as we speak. And my partnership doesn't only give you access to my community, but to all my partnerships as well, which includes the whole music industry. And this is how how the movement benefits from this. It's an outreach, it's adoption, to be able to have access to not a group of people, but a whole community, And this is one thing. We have recently partnered up with Rude's crypto launch, and we all know Rude. He's one of the most knowledgeable people in the space. He's doing things right, and he's a very talented guy that will help us. He's also part of the blockchain council, who will be helping us, planning our educational events. Make sure that we have the right resources and the right topics to talk about, and to be just educating people towards the right direction. And so that's one thing. And Rude is also officially an advisor for Shima Enaga. We partnered up yesterday. I'm honored to announce this with Program, which is the premier app of blockchain and cryptocurrency that brings people together in a relevant platform that is only for blockchain and crypto. And that itself for me means a lot, because for those that don't know, Program is the future of networking and communication, really, for blockchain enthusiasts. And when you go, the iOS version is out there right now. The Android version is still yet to come by end of the year. But as we all know, the impact that the program will have just to be hosting, the educational events at a platform that keeps it just in the circle, all about blockchain, all about cryptocurrencies, and have that as our home, build a home there, that's relevant. That for me means a lot. And King, the CEO of Program, is also an advisor for Shima Enaga, and together, we will be planning our journey. And as many of you know, guys, Shima Enaga is not only a crypto token. The token is just one thing in our in our ecosystem, but Shima Enaga is an academy that will not only be on the metaverse and the blockchain, but will be available for people outside of the metaverse and blockchain to be able to bring in people, and to educate people outside of DeFi before they get their hands into DeFi without proper knowledge and education. Thank you.
Of course. All right. So it's an academy. It's already on the iOS store. Did I hear that correctly?
I didn't hear, brother.
It's already on the iOS store. Is that correct?
No, it's you mean program?
Yeah. So how do I access the academy?
No, the academy you can't access now. It's going to be on the metaverse. It's not an application. It's going to be on the metaverse where people can attend to classes, to events, to speaks and so on. The movement of the academy will start already now on Twitter, on Telegram, on Program, as just events plainly. But the academy itself on the metaverse, that will follow, and more information will come to those that are part of the community.
All right. So, I mean, when I hear utility, I think monetization, right? I think something that's going to affect the price of the token itself. So do you guys have plans to charge for this? Do you have plans to, I guess, do admission in Shima Enaga? How does it relate to the coin itself?
So to the coin itself, for me and for those that know marketing is something. If you had endlessly marketing on something, that itself is reflecting on the coin in terms of volume, in terms of adoption, in terms of outreach to people and exposure, right? And that's the thing with the academy. Throughout the partnerships, throughout the collaborations, to be able to have the ability to reach out to communities, that itself is what reflects to the token the most, and that's what brings adoption to it, actually.
All right. I mean, do you have plans to have people that are, I guess, experienced in this space sort of host these spaces? And when you say metaverse, there's a lot of metaverses that exist out there. Have you chosen one? Is it full VR? What's the platform?
Well, we are still, we have a few choices of land that we are negotiating and looking at right now as we speak. And if I said which one, I would be lying. But there is a few choices. We already have a few offers. In fact, there is a few that have, metaverse plots, and we got offered some for free. But we are still looking at what would be most beneficial for the academy and Shima Enaga itself in terms of the metaverse. And yeah, please. In terms of what you said about knowledgeable people, I mean, we started already with Rude, who is a member of the Blockchain Council, who will be helping us out with the mission and with the vision and how to get people together and what topics to have and what is most crucial to discuss and to look at and what to learn about blockchain and and especially in the DeFi space. And it's all a process. We launched less than 48 hours ago. We managed to be partnered up with many giants of the space already, and it's a journey. It's something interesting. It's education. It's making the space a better place. It's having good intentions, and that's it's a journey. And me as an entrepreneur, this is what I meant in the beginning. It's not about what you do. It's not about how knowledgeable you are as a developer. It's about how creative you are and how good are you at getting people to be networked together. How good are you as running a business? Because it's all about improvement. A lot of people, a lot of projects have a lot of things on launch, but do they have anything coming? Is there improvement? Is there performance? Is there stamina? That's what I mean to be running something for the long run. Do you have upcoming events? Do you have, interaction? Are you creating that good environment? That's what it's all about. It's all about improvement and all about delivering to the community, with the company, with the foundation itself.
All right. So I guess give me a rundown of your previous and your current marketing strategy to get this done. So I mean, education is obviously something I'm very passionate about. I think blockchain, everyone should understand it, but so when I say long hold, I mean, it's more of like a esoteric thing at this stage, right? Crypto's adoption in that sense it's not huge. And I respect anything that brings new people into DeFi. But when we're talking about making money, it can be a very big, like, I guess, intellectual jump between learn about these things, look at these things, and this will earn you money. So what are your marketing plans currently, let's say in the next week or two before all that rolls out?
Well, for the next weeks or two, we still have our AMA tour. We still are networking left and right. We have an event upcoming soon that will be marketed through our marketing advisor, Steve, who was very known in the space and has been taking care of us. We are trending as we speak right now on Dex tools, and we have a lot of things coming for marketing. Marketing it's about it's about creativity. It's not about which channel or which group are you targeting. It's about creativity. And would you be able to go beyond just the regular? It's also about real life marketing. It's about we have actually a project manager as well that's helping out with that, and it's daily ideas. We are improving. We're trying not to go the usual route because, as you said, it's not what it used to be. It's blockchain. How can we make money and so on? And we all know it's the old strategies. They don't work. So we are trying to figure out new ways. Trying to focus on Twitter the most actually, but yeah, it's a lot that's especially when it comes to crypto marketing, a lot could go to waste, and that's what you don't want. So we're trying to spend our dollars very wisely, but in a appropriate direction, I would say, and through our partnerships and connections, a lot of things are done, with help and very low price as well. So that's one beneficial benefit. And in terms of what do we have for the next week and what do we have for the next month, it's all a process, and we choose on a daily basis, to be honest, what would be beneficial or not. We have plans, and what we are focusing on is go ahead with our mission and market that, and not just have a marketing plan in terms of who's going to shout us out and who not. And it's basically marketing the vision itself that will be, that will require for us to have our events lined up, to have our things already there in order for us to market it.
All right. I mean, what can we expect in the near future? What does your roadmap look like?
In the near future, my friend, we're going to turn off the rewards very soon. We're going to go ahead with the staking. We are going to set up which is planned already. We already have a special guest that everybody knows to be attending our first event. Topic will be released this weekend on what the topic will be about in the event and which communities are going to be involved. And that's a short roadmap. We are discussing with a few specialists about a utility that we are going to include. More information will be followed up by that, but there is meeting about it left and right. We are having our NFT collection coming up soon. The art has been worked on. The utility is not yet 100% decided. Depends on whether we're going to have them on Ethereum or the BSC, and I'm sure if we're going to include the token in them, and anyway, we have to make sure that it doesn't hurt the chart and it is on the BSC. So we are working out a lot of things, and yeah, it's a process, bro. It's a process, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is not just a difficult time to be running a project, but there's so many of them out there. So I mean, I guess I'll just simply ask you, why should we buy Shima Enaga? What sets you guys apart from the rest?
Connecting people. A lot of projects here, and I think we already have proved that just by showing the partnerships. And here's the thing: I know that a lot of people, when they see a partnership, think, okay, there's another partnership just announced it to create some hype around it and for us to buy, and we won't fall for that, because usually that partnership has one announcement, then it's dead. You don't see it anymore. And here's the thing. I can tell you hand on heart, our partnerships that we have created now, it's not a marketing tool. It has a meaning behind it. And it is because we need those resources. We need those people that we have, partners with. We need those, groups, because they are going to help us with adoption. And I know it's not easy, but it's also all about what do we do? What impact do we have? How is our mission going? Is our product good? Does people actually learn from it? And that itself. And as I said, I told you from the beginning, me myself, I wouldn't consider myself to be good. And when it comes to technology, I'm more in the real life world, and I like to get people connected. I like to gather people. I like to make something out of something that's a bit messy, that's hurting. So make something great. And this is where the DeFi space comes. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, to be honest. It gets people together from different nationalities, races, and guess what? I, as a refugee who grew up being judged by governments and political reasons because of where I'm from, what race I have, what nationality, and to be limited. DeFi, on the other hand, was the decentralized world when everyone is equal and everyone is represented by a wallet on the blockchain. You're nothing more than a wallet on DeFi. When it comes to decentralization, and that itself is means the world to a lot of people that don't have opportunities, that don't have the right of their own decisions and so on. And this is where it intrigues me that it is a beautiful space, but it has a lot to be improved at, and that's where the educational part is. And here's the thing. Yes, we are running the project. Am I the most knowledgeable person? No. And this is where our partnerships, advisory, and connections coming in. And just to be doing something together, to make sure that we are building a great family here, that is huge, but also to be able to give opportunities to others to improve themselves and to improve the space with us. So it's a movement, man. This is why we are different, because to be doing something great, you need great people around you. And this is where Shima comes. And I think we already have proven for 48 hours what we are capable of and what is coming. And this is the reason why, like you said, you should be part of something great, be part of something genuine. And I think only time can prove that. But so far, I think we have done very great, and I'm proud of what we have done so far.
Okay. Talk to me about major listings. So do you guys have any plans to, in the near future, put yourself on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, any centralized exchanges? Just give us the details of the strategy about getting the word out for this.
Okay, CoinMarketCap's already listed. CoinGecko is on the way. What did you say, brother?
No, nothing. I'm just waiting.
Okay. CoinMarketCap's already listed. CoinGecko is in the works already. And we have talks about a few exchanges, but let that just drop to the community when it does. And we have a supply set aside for that, for centralized listings. And we are talking about it with our advisor, and we are looking into which exchange would be best, and we are looking into that. It's part of the process as well. But yeah, there is plans for sex listings as well.
Okay, well, since we're talking about token allocation, what is your token allocation? How much went to pre-sale? How much went to your private sellers? How big was your private sale as well?
All right, let me look it up for you here to give you the exact numbers, my friend. All right, can you hear me? So you have a burn of 3% that occurred before launch. You have 4% migrated holders. You have 6% private sale with 15% extra. You have 20% staking. You have 50% CEX listings. You have 15% marketing and development. And you have 5% team tokens.
Well, those team tokens. Are you guys vested?
Yes.
What's the vesting schedule?
The vesting schedule, it's going to be unlocked in 1 month. Then each individual is going to either vest their own tokens or lock them for a certain time of period. We have 5 in the team, and very responsible adults.
Great. I mean, tell me about the team. So I thought there was 3. Forgive me. That's what someone mentioned at the beginning. Tell me what are everyone's role?
Well, I have Roshi, who's the back-end developer for when it comes to media, website, and he is a very talented friend. Not only a back-end developer, but a team player that is there, doesn't run away from responsibilities, is there when needed, always willing to give an extra hand, and is a very beautiful gentleman that knows how to do things. And I have Stan. So I said from the beginning, Stan comes from Robodoge, and now currently also a co-founder of Radius Protocol, which is a layer 1 blockchain coin to be coming. And he's the kind of guy that doesn't take no for an answer. If it comes to something needs to be done right now and I need to find the right person to do it, he knows that he doesn't have it, but he knows he will have it in half an hour. A big networking scale, a lot of connections, and yeah, he's the one who made it, who connected us with Farmadoge, for instance, and all the OG players of the space, and that's his specialty. We have Crypto.use, very connected as well, and has a lot of experience in marketing and networking. And it's, to be honest, it's a team that all of them have experience in marketing, like some of them real life marketing and some of them on crypto. And it's what satisfies me so much is that the networking capacity of all of them is huge, and that's what's making me very happy about it, because it's not about what you know, it's about who you know and how you do things, and to be able to have a good broad networking side of the project is very important. And right now we have a lot of advisors right now. We have a lot of knowledgeable advisors, and that itself is very beneficial, because it's very easy to run into not mistakes, but something that could turn into a mistake and you learn from. But when you have experienced people that you can run through things with, that would save a lot of not only funds but efforts, and to make sure that nobody gets hurt. For example, yesterday I had to run into the calculations of the staking pool, for instance, which I've never have done before, and just to make sure that it runs smoothly, it runs well, nobody gets hurt, make sure that it's done in an appropriate manner. I had to run it through with an advisor of ours, and saved me a lot of things, because things came up that I didn't think about, and to be able to have those advisors with you, that itself is very, very beneficial. So the team, in my opinion, let me keep it just short and sweet about the team. I've been part of a lot of teams, both in real life and in crypto, helping out and so on. But this is the most healthiest team I've seen in terms of being responsible, being an adult. Nobody ever has ran away from their duties, from responsibilities, from being there. Everybody has been helpful, wanting to help, wanting to push, wanting to be there. And in that itself, that is more than enough. That is more than enough. And to be creative about everything and just to be there, that for me is top notch.
Great. Okay. So I'm looking at the chart right now. You guys have 78,000 in liquidity. You guys currently have 693 holders. This is a lot of money. So what is your security? Are any of you guys doxed, KYC'd, and have you had an audit?
All right, let me tell you this, my friend. In terms of audit, yes, audit is done by Interfi. KYC has been done by Cyberscope, and it's not a lot of money. We are getting there. It's even getting bigger. It's a starting point. And in terms of security, for example, the marketing wallet, we all know what kind of. I do trust my team, 1,001%. And they trust me, and we have this good connection. But still, we care about the general security of the project and how things look for the outside world that might not be part of the community, that only can see something on the blockchain. And that's what matters, right? It's decentralization. And for that reason, we have all the funds on a multi-signature wallet that needs at least two transactions to be confirmed. And that's just one additional security for people to know that the funds of the projects are being kept safe there.
Multi-sig is great. And as far as the audit was concerned, is there a place that we can view that? Is that on the website?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So for you guys following along, there's the most recent link right there. And it has, most recent post. And it has all that there. Okay. So I think I'm out of questions. Oh, I had one more question about your NFT collections listed on your roadmap.
Yes, brother.
How far along are the plans process in the process of planning for that? And tell me about your NFTs.
All right, the NFTs. I will not like to talk about them in terms of design too much, but the idea about it is, it's very clear. It's going to be characteristic of the Shima Enaga bird, the different traits and attributes, and they are beautiful. But the most important thing here is, and we are still working on them. We had a collection ready, and we have redone that collection because we're going to have everything legally, trademark and whatnot, and whatever we have used in the previous collection in terms of some brands got involved, and we made sure that are not there for copyright. Shima Enaga is going to be legally registered as well, and we don't want anything to be wrong and done in a way that could hurt the project. So the collection itself will be ready in approximately 1 month, to just be sure about everything and make sure we play out a utility that would be very, very beneficial for the holders of the NFTs. If you ask me what utility, I would be lying if I said I know which one. I mean, there is this staking, there is this and that, and for me, that is not rocket science anymore. It's easy, and it's why just stake NFTs when you can just stake tokens? And for me, so we are looking forward to something that goes along with the academy, maybe, right? We have an academy, and we are looking into what would make a holder not just buy, a holder of the NFT, hold them and not sell, for instance. And that is what we are looking into. Should be out soon, but that's why we are not launching the NFT collection yet. But in terms of design and so on, and art-wise, they are beautiful.
I am looking at the bird right now. I think NFTs of this would do pretty well. How long do you plan on them taking to come out, though?
We launched 2 days ago, and we planned a month from launch, and that's when it's going to come out. And here's the thing. I know a lot of projects. Somebody came and told me, "Hey, why don't you launch the NFTs now? Because if you don't do well," and I said, "There is no if. It's all a process." And I'm gonna tell you honestly, you probably are looking at the chart now, or know what the market cap is. I don't. Yesterday, I didn't know. I got messages. I see from messages that yes, the buy bot. When I see the buy bot, also on, but I don't look at charts. And this is what it's all about. Are you willing to be pushing? Are you willing to be improving without looking at numbers? Because they won't matter now. It's 2 days. That's for me. And so it's all a process. And I want the NFTs to come out, where we are in an even better stage, and to be just having that event. And the NFTs, as you said, they are going to be very, very cute. It's going to be the same position and same, same structure as the logo itself, but with different traits and attributes, which are also going to be pixelated.
Okay. All right. I think I'm out of questions. Does anybody in VC want to ask a question?
Yo, what's up, Goku?
Shimba.
Hey, Shimba.
Yeah. What's up? Yeah. I was curious because you told us like the partnership or different types of community that you have are from China, Vietnam, and such. But I don't know if I missed it. But do you have any partnership in Japan? Because I've heard that the token itself was like originated in Japan, right? So do you have any plans of like finding it to really connect in Japanese? I mean, in the Japanese community?
Okay, that's a good question because you touched on the toughest out of them all, the Japanese community. And if you go to our Japanese community, you'll find it's not that much. We don't have that much. We're probably 150 to 200 something members. And yes, the bird is Japanese. It's inspired by Japanese culture. Have we reached out to Japan? Yes, we do. And just for your information, we are working on it as we speak. This is utilities and this is events that we are having that are coming that we haven't included in the roadmap, And by the way, Achilles, this roadmap is the old one. Roadmap 2.0 is coming. The version 2 is coming during next week, with everything lined up for the future. And there's a lot of things that we haven't included. For example, a manga series of Shima Enaga that will be sold in Japan. And how are we going to do that when there is a language barrier and so on, right? It's all tough. We are in talks and we are in meetings, and Stan and I and Dachi with Japanese companies, agencies that are helping us with that, and just trying to make sure we hit on the right spot, because it's so easy. It's so easy to waste your money on wrong resources here, because Japan's market is not so big when it comes to cryptocurrency. Can we market it still? Yes, and I think we can do a tremendous job, but you gotta get the foundation right, because Chinese, I can make sure if you go to a Chinese community, we have not only 3 mods, but also a Chinese manager to make sure that when they come in, they are welcome. They feel that this project was prepared to have us, and they respect us and as a culture, as a language, and they want us to be here, and that's what gets them there. In terms of Japanese, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's tough. But if you want to ask me, are we going to make it? Yes, 100%. And through our networks now, we have a broader plan for Japan and not just the Telegram group.
Yep, sure. Thank you so much, Goku, and I appreciate your response. I really hope the best for this token. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hello, you hear me? Hello, you hear me? Hello.
We hear you.
Hello. Are you hearing me?
Wadioba. Yes, we hear you. We hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, brother.
I have a question here. I want to ask, what is the plan to ensure sufficient exchange to free market order, especially as adoption increase and clients being multiplying year over year for your project?
I
I
didn't
don't
get your
understand.
question.
Yeah,
Don't
what?
know if that was scripted, but anyway.
Alan,
What
do
was
you
that?
get my question?
No, we didn't understand your question.
I said, what is the plan to ensure sufficient exchange to fill marketing order, especially as adoption increase and clients begin multiplying year over year for your project?
I'm sorry, I
Um,
don't get that question. If you have another
yeah,
question.
buddy, if you'd like to ask that, please just go ahead and type it in the most recent comment, and I'll ask it for you because I don't understand. I'm sorry. Let's go to some of the other comments that we have or questions that we have in the comments section here. Okay, let's see. This is a
There's
good.
someone trying to speak down there. If you
Oh, is there?
maybe they have a question.
Hi, would you like to ask a
Hello?
question? Hello.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have a
Palor, how are you?
question.
Please go ahead.
I'm fine. Hello, Achilles. All right, yeah, I hear him talk about the academy that'll be hosted on the metaverse, but I did not get a part where he mentioned the content that will be taught on the academy. Like, what kind of topics should people expect to be engaged with on the academy aspect of the project?
Okay, it's
Very good question.
it's topics on how to be not only better human beings, because that's the most important part, and to make, a lot of people, a lot of developers, they have made bad choices, and that's because the good of the side of this space hasn't been brought up, and some people needs to be reminded, hey, we're doing something good here, keep it up. But most importantly, how many people are we here? 80%, 80 people. How many people here do have a hand or a skin in the game when it comes to Bitcoin? How many people here have read the white paper of Bitcoin that started it all? And how many people here are looking into an audit? So, for example, a lot of people look into the badge. Oh, it's audited. Yeah, let's go. But do they actually look into the report? Because what is an audit? An audit is a report. It's not a security measure that tells you to buy. You have to go and look at the audit, because the badge could mean there is not a report that's very bad or could be very good. But in order for you to make decisions on whether you should get yourself involved in it or not, you have to read the audit. You have to identify what is the strength of this contract, what's the downside, what could happen. And these are topics that are going to be brought up in events where questions are being brought up, And we also have, some firms that are going to be involved in this. And there's going to be very interesting topics being brought up in the aim of bringing more sense and knowledge to people, to build up their confidence about trading, about DeFi, now about decentralization in general.
All right, thank you very much. That's an awesome concept. Thank you so much, Achilles.
Can you hear me?
Thank you, Palor. Is that Ryan?
Yes.
Yes,
Goku.
please go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
Goku.
my question is, after going through your website, I have found that you are giving out reward of BTCB, which is fine, and because it's also a stable coin. But my question is, how do you instead to add more value to your token? Because I think giving out reward in your own native token is also one of the best way.
Yes, that's right. And I think we have discussed that early on in this AMA, that the rewards will be turned off very soon. And so let me break this down. Why did we start with Bitcoin rewards if we having staking in plan? Why didn't we just start with staking? Because it will hurt your chart, and it's going to sell, and it's going to do this and that. And that's absolutely right. You are right. And you said because Bitcoin is a stable coin. Now, here's the thing. It's not a stable coin. It's a store of value, and it started the whole thing. It started everything in here. And we want people to have a hand in the game, okay? Be involved. Accumulate, because a lot of people think they need 20, 30,000 to be able to invest in Bitcoin for them in order for them to make sense. And that's not the point. The point is you accumulate. You believe in the power of patience and accumulation to be able to take something, hold, leave it there. Okay. Why? Because a lot of people that are in this space have made money. They're trading now. They're happy. But a lot of people, they don't have money, and they're here to make money. And that's the whole point. And if for those that have read the Bitcoin white paper, for those that believe not only in Bitcoin as a coin, but as a technology that is changing the world, that is, cutting off third parties, that is making it decentralized, that is making the financial system safer. You know where it's going, and you want to accumulate, but switching it from Bitcoin rewards to staking. So having Bitcoin from the beginning, BTCB, is just to educate on accumulation. And you're right. You have to sustain for the long run. You cannot have rewards, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, or any other coin. But staking will stabilize things there as well.
Okay, all right. Last question from my side. Will this be a pure meme coin play too? Do you guys have an USP which you will be developing to the future, or is there an utility which be released at launch?
The only thing I understood, Van, is if you had a utility. So I'm going to go ahead and answer that. I didn't understand your question from the beginning. Well, the utility is outreach through education, staking, and many other utilities that are coming along the way. It's not about what you have on launch. It's about what you can build through the long run, and improve. So we have a lot of things coming along.
I hope
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, my man. Okay, guys, we are just about out of time. I see we have a few more people that want to be unmuted. I will do that now, and we'll do one final question.
Hi, Goku.
Sure, buddy.
Hi,
Go ahead.
Goku.
Yes, you may go.
Hey, brother. Please go ahead.
Like to ask a question? Yeah, now's the time.
Yes, please. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
Yep. For the your project, Goku, is it a long-term project or a short-term project? And perhaps do you have any plans for listing?
Yes, we do, and it is a long term.
I'm gonna that was all answered pretty thoroughly in the AMA, buddy. They're already listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko's to come, and they have SEX in the future. Okay, all right, we're gonna call that a win. Goku, if you have any closing comments, now is the time, and I'll end the recording in just a moment.
Well, I would like to apologize today for the delay again. I had an issue with Telegram, and I want to thank you for hosting us. It's a pleasure to be here. It was a great conversation. But most importantly, someone like you, for example, who has his own channel, own business here, and you've met a lot of good, but probably most bad, more bad than good in this space. And it's a movement. And it's not about you and I. It's about the space. It's about the environment. It's about doing our part. And here's the thing. Now, Achilles, I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Please.
If you have principles and integrity, and and everyone else in this space that had, let's say, a launch, a channel, a business, is influential in their own way, right? Did security measures and did education like everyone, and maybe you did it, maybe you can do it, but know that it won't be so effective because it's just you. But if everyone did it, if every single one did it, would this space be better?
Yes. No, I believe in the message you're trying to send, man. Education is extremely important, especially on the blockchain. It's a complicated world. Yeah,
exactly. And here's the thing. Now, it hasn't happened, but let's do it now. And it's a movement. And I get it, okay, why didn't you just start the academy and why did you include a token? Because it's an ecosystem. It got to be a rewarding, circle that goes together, and the token will always do well when the foundation, when the business, the academy, the base is doing good, and that's what it's all about. And I think it's time to start. It's time to bring people on board. Whether even here's the thing: if you want to invest in the token, please do. Let's say you don't want to invest in the token, and maybe you don't have the money to invest, and you just want to be part of the educational side. You want to learn. Please do come on board. That's what it's all about.
Happy to have you, man. Absolute pleasure. All right, let me end the recording here.